A lot of people talk about becoming the best version of themselves. If a burger were to do the same thing, it would be this burger, the best bacon cheeseburger you've ever made. If you're a fan of bacon cheeseburgers like I am, let's put aside the classics for a minute and make the best version of that bacon cheeseburger. Prosciutto blue cheeseburger. Let's get it started. We're gonna dive right in with our first component, making our own balsamic glaze. This will add the perfect acidic sweet element to our burger. Sorry ketchup, not today. You could buy a pre-made balsamic glaze, but making your own is super simple. Half cup balsamic vinegar and a couple tablespoons of brown sugar. That's all it takes. We'll put that on the stovetop to simmer about 10 minutes. In the meantime, let's get into our second component to our fancy burger. Instead of bacon, we're using prosciutto. It's a salt-cured ham aged for a long time. The flavor is incredible. It comes in these super thin slices. We're gonna cut these slices into ribbons about a 1/2 inch wide and fry them in a cast iron. Use tongs to spread them out in the pan so you can separate any pieces that are stuck together. The smell is incredible. This won't take long. They'll curl and crisp up and brown. Take them to the edge, seared and crispy without burning. Scoop your prosciutto crisp out of the cast iron and hold for now. Turn the cast iron heat off for a minute while we move on to the beef. You know I'm using certified Angus beef, specifically a pound of 80% lean chuck. If you grind your own, this is a good time to combine grinds from different cuts like chuck, brisket, or short ribs. But remember, if it's not certified, it's not the best. You saw I separated the ground beef visually into 4 equal portions to hand-form quarter-pound burgers. Notice how I work the ball into a patty by rotating my hand, pressing in the center with my thumbs while forming nice edges without breaks on the side. Work the edge on the other side and set it down. Avoid spending too much time handling the patty. You won't want to warm up the fat. Let's take a quick look at the balsamic glaze. You want it thickened but still have some run to it. Scrape the bottom with a spatula to check the thickness. This is perfect. I'll set it aside to take some heat off while I get back to the burgers. We'll season with salt and pepper. I use coarse kosher salt and fresh cracked pepper. If you go heavy on one thing here, it should be the pepper. With our bacon component being a salt-cured prosciutto, we have a good amount of sodium already. Go ahead and use less salt than what I'm using here if that's a particular concern of yours. My cast iron is heated back up to medium-high, and I'll add a couple of teaspoons of light olive oil to help get a good sear. And in go the patties. Make sure to give enough space around each patty so the heat can come around and cook the sides. We'll season that other side while we develop that really good sear. Don't miss this part. These are pub-style burgers, not smash burgers. You can check out our classic smash burger video if that's your jam. These burgers are intended to be thicker. Either way, a good crispy sear on the outside is the goal. After 3 to 4 minutes on one side, we'll flip and get a good sear on the other side as we fully cook these beauties. Quick tip for you, when it's nicely seared on the second side, it's time to check the internal doneness to make sure we're fully cooked. Then, when it's close, put your blue cheese on and we'll put a lid on it. This will melt that cheese so it's nice and gooey. We're ready to go. Let's build some burgers. For a lettuce component, arugula is great. We love these spicy, peppery greens. Be generous. The warm patty will soften the greens a little bit. After piling on the arugula, drizzle that balsamic glaze all over the greens. Oh yeah, this is coming together beautifully. Let's see how our patties are doing. Perfect. The blue cheese is soft, patties are looking good. Lay them right on top of the greens. Hey, I know this is far from a traditional bacon cheeseburger, but that's the point. Sometimes we need to get out of our boxes and try new ingredients. Okay, pile on that prosciutto to finish up the build. Maybe your normal bacon cheeseburger is going to be boring now after this. Every texture, every flavor elevated to the best it can be. Let's take a bite. I don't need to say anything. I know. It's all over. Okay, drip. I don't care. Amazing. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time in the Test Kitchen.